Programming means nothing but make the system to speak about what we do in real time. Very clear. So here there are the programming has evolved in 4 stages. In the initial stage, it started with writing line by line, where you might have heard your kids may be studying about in school basic. Heard about basic? That is the initial stage of writing a program. Beginner all-purpose symbolic instruction code. It's a sequential code. And they used to write the code in the beginning in that way. For each and every program, they used to write thousands of lines. If any error comes, they used to take the printout and used to go through each and every line, find out the errors, and then they used to add those points in the last. That is how they used to do. That is called as monolithic programming language. And later on, they improvised the programming standards and moved it as a procedural programming language, where they used to write in the means of a blocks. For example, take n factorial is n into n minus 1 factorial. Again, n minus 1 factorial is n minus 1 to n minus 2 factorial. That means the same factor keep repeating. That is going to be addressed in a procedure programming language, where one of the programming language called COBOL. Heard about it? Common-oriented, business-oriented language.
Yes.
As on today, the COBOL is going to be used by Centel, like CTS, these kind of companies, because it is having a high level of security. Right. And that programming language is introduced during the procedural programming language. Along with this, another scientific language is used called Fortran, formula translation. This is to address the values of sin x, cot x, tan x, like this, for scientific applications. COBOL is for business applications. And from there, till these two, monolithic and procedural programming language, there's no particular analysis and all. Then they started looking into, instead of going on immediate writing the code, let's do some analysis. Then they started writing an algorithm. From the algorithm, they used to draw the flowchart. From the flowchart, they used to write the program. There comes is a structured programming language. A structured programming language initially starts with the Pascal. Okay, but many of the people does not know Pascal, but it is one of the programming languages. Later on, there comes is a C language. Hope everyone is aware of C language. Whoever is going to join a graduate as a BSc computer science, something, first you go and learn the C. It's a simple, what is the input will be given by anyone, right? C is having that much of familiarity. C is a structured programming language. Why C means? See how it won. Because actually C was not a language invented for any programming. It was a kind of a language introduced the time when the Ken Thompson and Dennis M. Ritchie is developing an operating system called Unix. While they're developing an operating system Unix, they need to have some sort of a communication between device to device, means keyboard to mouse, mouse to keyboard, or hard disk or floppy disk, whatever it may be. For that, Dennis Ritchie has come up with a kind of communication language called C. Since the C is the one which is going to be the part of the operating system, so it got its familiarity. And then everyone starts using this C. So slowly it got its familiarity, and then it becomes an ANSI C, then it becomes a Turbo C, like it keep evaluating. And it has its own features. And many of the programs still today are using in C language. But there is a drawback in C language. What is the drawback is, I can address any application, I can write any solution, and I can install it. But for example, in a particular application, I use 5 modules. One of the modules is a payroll. I will deliver to one XYZ company. Again, some ABC company comes and asks about another project, where in that also there is a payroll module is there. Now, already I had an experience of payroll, right? My thought process will be how I can use the same payroll module here also, so that I can minimize the time, and I can give less to the customer, right? But C is a structured programming language, will not allow the reusability. So to address the reusability is where the object orientation was born. Are you clear? Object oriented is meant for what? Reusability, the main meaning of it. Clear? Just for your understanding, it is not our part of our what you call subject, but we need to have some history about it, right? So now what we are, how you're going to learn this object orientation? The way you learn English program, English language, similarly we learn this object orientation. How we learn? What we learned first in the English?
ABCD.
Alphabets.
Alphabets. The stage of learning alphabets is a stage of understanding objects. So what is an object? Now, what is there before you now?
Laptop.
Mobile. Okay. Which color of laptop you are carrying? The one who gave me the answer, laptop.
Black.
What is the configuration? Some GB RAM, i3 or i5, some people tell, right? So
Yes,
an
sir.
object has an identity. It has a state, means properties. Attribute and attribute values. You're saying it is a laptop. And I said, what is the configuration? You said i3. Configuration is called as an attribute. i3 is an attribute values. And what is the behavior of the laptop? Start, use it, operate, stop, right? What you will do and something. If you want to use that laptop, you need to start, right? You have to on it, then operate it, then off it. Similarly, let us take a car. What is the identity of a car? Registration number, right?
Yes.
And then,
BMW.
yeah, and then
Make.
Year, model,
color.
variant.
So that means your car is identified by your registration number. We maybe say something Maruti. It has a color silver. It has a wheels 4. Assume it. Now these, whatever I'm saying about the make, color, and wheels are called as attributes. And those values are called as an attribute values. Now, what is the behavior of this car?
Traveling, driving,
Start, move,
drive,
Start. No, stop.
got it? So this is what is then called as an object. This is what we call it as an object. So we say an object is an instance of a class. An object is an instance of a class. The next question coming to mind is, what is a class? We'll discuss that. First, are you clear with this object meaning? Okay, take a snapshot. Take a snapshot. Next.
Can you repeat?
See, object means what? An object. By seeing an individual, we can say that he is a kid, he is a man, he is an old, right? Am I right? Because we are going to identify by its attributes and attribute values. We are saying he's an old person based on certain attributes, right? Maybe his age, maybe his appearance, like this, right? Those are all called the attributes. His age is 75, is old. His age is 20, is a youngster. Are you clear? Those are called attributes and attribute values. Behavior means how that's going to behave. You take your laptop, you're going to use that laptop only once you start on it. On it, use it, off it. Am I right? This is called the behavior of an object. Whoever asked me, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after learning alphabets, what we learn?
Numbers.
Forming sentences.
Words. A word kind of learning is the stage of learning class. I said earlier, class object is an instance of a class. But what is a class? Class is a collection of similar objects. The similar is very important. The similar is very important. I'll tell you why and all. So now let us understand this class in general. I'm taking a small example where you take this. Just follow my instructions. Animal. amphibian, mammal, reptile. Is all these three are animals?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that means amphibian is a kind of animal, mammal is a kind of animal, reptile is a kind of animal. That means if you take these three things like amphibian, mammal, and reptile, they are called in general as animal, right?
Yes.
So it is called as generalized class. Are you clear? When you called animal as generalized class, and this amphibian, mammal, reptile are called as subclass. Do you understand that meaning between generalized class and subclasses?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you take a mammal. What are mammals? Is it the horse is only mammal or you can have other mammals?
Other mammals
We can have
also.
other
Other
mammals.
mammals also.
But here you're calling only one horse. You're addressing only one horse. That is a specialized one, right? This is a specialized class of the mammal. So the relation between the mammal and the horse is mammal is the parent, horse is a child.
Right.
And if you look the whole scenario, there are three levels are there. Three levels are there. Horse is one level, mammal is another level, animal is another level. Now animal is what? The root, right?
Yes.
That means it is called as a super class. So in classes, there are totally, these are the number of classes. Super class, parent class, generalized class, specialized class, subclass, child class.
Should we note down, Sridhar?
No, you take a snapshot enough. Okay. And the symbolic representation of this class for the technical guys will take like this. This is the way they represent the class. Class, state, behavior. Understand?
What is generalized class and specialized class?
Generalized class is, see, for example, take you are a training. I am a trainer. Both are human beings, right?
Yes.
That means we are person, right? Person is called as a generalized class. You and I are subclasses. That means as a trainer, I am a person. You as a trainee, you are a person. So the person is called as what? Generalized class. Clear? When you have some, for example, in your family, you may say that there are 4 or 5 people or children. Your mother may be taking care of only one person. Then what will you use the word? He is so special. All right. That means of all the mammals are that many mammals are there. When we are addressing only one particular mammal in the discussion, then that is called as a specialized class. For what? Mammal. Okay. Now, and why I'm saying these are similar objects? See, what are the parts of a car?
There are many. Steering.
Tire.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what are the parts of a Jeep?
Same.
Tire, same steering engine.
Correct. Now, can we use the Jeep tied to car?
No.
No.
So if I say the collection of objects, then I can fix a car tied to a Jeep tire to car tire, right? But when I say collection of similar means what? All relevant to the car parts only to be fixed for car, and all relevant to the Jeep to be fixed for Jeep. That's the reason we call a class is a collection of similar objects. Very clear? Means same kind. Take a snapshot.
Sridhar, I'm confused between subclass and the specialized class.
Subclass means, look at here. Under animal, we have addressed more than one child, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I didn't address amphibian and reptile, and we're talking about mammal and animal, is the mammal is going to specialize to animal or not?
Yes.
Similarly, but the same example what I discussed here is mammals are horse. Is it cow is a mammal?
Yes.
Okay. Like that, there are other mammals are there, right?
Correct.
But still, we are only addressing one particular mammal. That means horse. That means horse is specialized into mammal. Clear?
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Now, after learning words, what we learn? After learning words,
Sentences.
that means the stage of learning sentence is the stage of learning components. Is the stage of learning components. What is a component? Collection of classes. For example, you take one second. You take a training. If I want to give a training in an offline training, these are all required. I need a whiteboard,
Yes.
marker, eraser,
Yes.
table, chairs, audio, video, it required projector and all, right? So these are all comes under what? Training component. Are you clear? So collect each is a class, right? Each is a class. Now, similarly, what are the components of a kitchen?
Utensils.
Gas stove.
Utensils.
Gas stove, chimney,
Gas stove.
Got
lighter.
it? Yes. That means all together call it as a one component. Right. And the symbol they use to understand this is symbolically, this is a symbol for component. In a representation, these technical guys will be using it. If they use this one means it is something speaking about the collection of classes. Something speaking about the collection of classes. So the stage of learning sentences is the stage of learning components, where components is a collection of classes. Please take a snapshot. Now, after learning sentences, what we learn? Yes, Sandeep, you have some doubt.
Yes, sir. From last slide, what is the meaning of state and behavior?
What is the doubt?
Meaning of state and behavior in technical language. You told that whatever diagram is it's non-technical. In technical terms, you classify class as a class, state, and behavior.
See, the class, how it's going to define means this may be a class of animal. And because what I'm saying, class is a collection of similar objects. So we have to going to speak about what? The state and behavior. Okay. Is it clear, Sandeep?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we have seen that collection of components. And after learning sentences, what we learn?
Paragraphs.
Paragraphs. Now, the stage of learning paragraphs is the stage of learning packages and subsystems. What is the package and what is the subsystem? Is those components which are not reusable in nature called as package, and there are components which are reusable in nature called as a subsystems. For example, let us take the COPD conference room. A conference room means what? I'm having all the elements, whatever I discussed in the earlier slide, projector and everything. Can this conference room where a COPD is using can be used by its competitor? No. That means these components which are used in COPD are only meant for the particular COPD, but not for any other person, right? Any other organization. But suppose if the COPD is want to take a session or conduct a workshop in somewhere where he's not having his own property. Say, for example, they want to organize in Delhi. What the corporate will do, will hire a business center. And they are going to use the particular business center. So today, since the book, they are going to use the components of the business center conference room. Can that business center conference room can be used by his competitor the next day or sometime?
Yes, it can.
Yes, those are all the components which are reusable in nature. So such things we call it as subsystems. The one which corporate is going to be used called as a packages. Now, which of these two companies where I discussed about the last class, product development companies and service-based companies, this application development companies, which one will use the technology package? Which one will use the technology subsystem?
Product use subsystem.
Package.
Okay. Just hold on. Which one use subsystem?
Product.
Service-based companies.
Service?
The business
No. Product-based companies use subsystems. Because same thing will be sold for different clients, right? But the service-based companies is exclusive for the client specific, right? So they use the technology package, and these guys will use the technology subsystems. Got it? So
Okay,
what
will
is
you please repeat it again?
see package application development companies like you take the IRCTC website, which was developed by the TCS. And when they are working in their particular application, all the requirements are client specific or not? Right. As per the requirements of the railways, they have developed. Can they use the same thing for another person, another particular client? No, right?
No.
That means they call it as a package because the components which are going to be used in that are not going to be reusable. Clear?
Yes.
Yamini, I think you only asked me, right?
Yes.
But when you take a product, say for example, Microsoft Office, when you buy, they'll install at your system. It will be installed in your system. When I buy, they'll install my system. The word you use and the word I use will be the same or not?
Same.
Okay,
Yes.
that means here Microsoft guys will be using the technology subsystem. TCS guys are using a technology package. But both are working on what? Collection of components.
But Sridhar, there is one disconnect. Like if, for example, TCS have developed some payroll system for some company, then cannot they use the same system if the requirement come as a same same module?
That is again business perspective you're going here. Because say for example, take Pinnacle. Who developed Pinnacle?
Infosys.
Infosys. The relation between Infosys and the Pinnacle is what we are talking. But Pinnacle is going to be distributed, is going to be used by all banks, right?
Yes.
That is Pinnacle point of view. Let's talk in between the service given to the particular company, where the Infosys may use the Pinnacle as a separate entity and we can sell it. But Infosys is not going to directly address the banker. They are going to address to the Pinnacle entity, right?
Sir, when it comes to a difference between package and a subsystems, a package, the software is owned by the client. And when it comes to a subsystem, a software
is owned by the IT company.
By the company. That is the thing which, as a company being a owner in this case, they can use that product to the extent they want to.
Correct.
Anytime.
Because that is their own property.
Yes, that is their own property. That is the reason that the package is not reusable and a subsystem is reusable.
See, for example, as we said that day one example of this retail store, we are the exclusive developing for the concerned manager, right? The retail store manager. So there, how they are going to use? Is it they are using a package or subsystem? Package. Right. As per his requirements, we are developed. So I cannot take, and he is taking, who is the owner of that? That guy, the client.
Coach, I have a doubt. For example, there is one software which was developed by Oracle, Flex, which is used by both Yes Bank and SDFC. Okay. But the short code that both the banks are using, both are different. Okay. So since the software was developed by Oracle, and for example, initially it was developed for SDFC Bank. Okay. Now, if again they are developing for Yes Bank with less features, okay, less functionality,
then how does it work?
No,
Will
which
this be
software it
part of
is? Which software it is?
Flex?
Flex, right?
Yeah.
Here you have to need to understand Flex. If you look at the business point of view, they will be addressing the Flex as a separate product entity. Business strategies is all. Where the companies which are the company who are going to work, for example, it is a Oracle own property. That means Oracle can sell that. Oracle is a product company or a service-based company.
Product-based company.
Product-based company. They will take the inputs from the individual and they'll sell accordingly. Customers sell it. So Oracle comes under what? It can be reusable. Very clear.
No, what I want to understand is like this is the like similar example we can take for the previous, like last time you gave that assignment, no?
That
Is it
four divisional managers.
Yeah.
That come under package. Sorry, that come under package. Because we are exclusively working for the client requirement. It is customized one, client specific.
Okay.
Okay.
So for example, like Oracle already developed it, correct, for HDFC Bank. Now, if they are presenting it to Yes Bank, Yes Bank also came up with like similar requirement, and Oracle is showing them the similar project. Okay. Now, for example, if they need like design and all, everything is same. Design and user interface, color, everything is same. Okay. In both the Yes Bank system and the HDFC system. Now, if they are showing it to Yes Bank for some like for different product, okay. So if Yes Bank says I don't want this particular functionality, I want this thing as a different, this thing as a different.
Yes, that is called customization.
Customization I understood, but for example, if they are say, for example, the color they want, for example, they are using normal yellow color. Okay. Yes Bank said no, I don't want in yellow color, I want in blue color. So can there be a like cost center introduced to the company, to Yes Bank, that if you are making this type of changes, this will be the impact. This is the extra cost that you need to incur. Since this is a ready-made with us, we don't need to like put much effort on this one. If you are okay with the same user interface and everything, then this will be the cost.
Yeah, they can do that. That's what there exactly the business is. See, if suppose they'll see the feasibility. This is a kind of a change request, right?
Correct.
They have their own features and you guys are asking about something additional or some change which is not addressed. Then they're going to cost it. Because there is a, what do you mean the customization? What all add-on features also can be added. It will be addressed in the cost.
Correct. But as a company, okay, as an IT company, I need more income.
Yeah.
More revenue. So more revenue will come only if they are going with the different product features.
Correct. See, again and again, one more point we need to understand is that is called the versions. When they start up with one particular available features, and when you, as you said, some other newcomer is going to come up with new feature, immediately what we will do? We'll add those and release in the next version. Have you heard about the versions?
Yeah.
So that's how they're going to change the versions. What is when you're going to move from version 1 to version 2, and when we are going to move from version 1 to version 1.1.
So these versions will be like depend on the company requirement, or it will be automatically developed from the IT company side?
No, again, you're mixing up both. See, whatever may be the product or a project, if suppose there is a minor changes are going to be applied in the existing functionality, then they'll go with 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Maybe it can be a product, it can be a project. If there are major changes are going to be addressed, the functionalities keep moving out and another new function is going to coming in. Then they'll move from 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, like that.
Okay, I'll just put one more point. Like I'll take an example of ICICI Bank. Okay, so like 4 years back, ICICI Bank was using one software called as iView. Okay, It is not for like transaction initiation, but it is normally for statement download, viewing the account details and all. So the version they were using now in that one, like there were some functionality lacking. Okay. So for example, if we are using that software now, we will not be able to compare with any other software, and we will not know like this is the features that are these are the features that are lacking in this particular software. Okay. So what has happened is just maybe 4 years back, they introduced one more iView version 2. Okay. So what has happened is in that particular version, some functionalities are added. Okay. Features are enhanced. And that software is more powerful than the first version.
Yes.
Okay. Now this particular software, how it is being designed, for example, it was designed by the company and put it to the ICC bank to buy it, or it was a like particular requirement raised by ICC bank and it was developed by the IT company.
See, it all again I'm telling, right? If suppose the company is a product-based company and it is one of the major product is a banking product, they may go with their own R&D. One aspect, or the concerned bank is going to come up with a proposal and they will have a business deal with them according to the version they come. That is all the business part, means where we are going to look in the enterprise point of view. Okay, let's have this discussion again the last, Satish. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Next. Now we look about the implementation aspects. See, all of you, I'm not running here because once you get connected, I can run, right? So I think you're not feeling any bored.
Sridhar, can you see the earlier slide once? I can just take this snap.
Take a snapshot. Fine. Taken? Okay. Now, let us look at the implementation parts of the object orientation analysis. One is, you all guys are aware of the booking a flight ticket, right? What we do, listen, we are going to give the inputs to book a flight, like date of journey, source, destination, number of persons, class, and all this. And then once you've done your payment and all, you will be releasing a ticket ID. This ticket ID is your reference number, like booking reference number or PN number, whatever the way they say. Now, after booking a ticket, generally we'll go for what? Web check-in. So when you're going to give a web check-in, you will give your ticket ID. Then what it is going to display in that particular page? Just recollect your web check-in process.
Required information like
is it going to display all this data?
No.
It is
flight details, airline number, flight details.
Flight number and date of journey, like this, right? And then it asks for additional inputs like your number of baggages, seat preference, midsection, etc., etc., etc. Now, what we need to understand here is, even though you have given this 10 plus of inputs for a particular functionality like web check-in, once you give a ticket ID, is it giving all the inputs or only particular inputs required?
Only particular inputs.
This concept is what we are saying is called as abstraction. What do you call it as? Abstraction means considering what is required, ignoring what is not required. Are you clear? What do you mean by abstraction? Considering what is required, ignoring what is not required. This is one of the implementation of the object orientation. Okay, take a snapshot.
Just a second.
Sridhar, I have one question if you don't mind to ask you.
Yes, why?
Yes, because okay, if you get the new requirements from the client side, right? Because we don't have that much time, we can't say no to our client, right? If we can say no, then what we are going to face the problem, because once you are conducting an interview with the stakeholder,
you are talking to regarding which one? No.
About the requirement.
We'll have it. Is it a part of this?
Hello. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Please hold. Just mute your TV, right? Please. Yeah, tell me that. I'm unable to understand. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, because we have a client from airlines, right? They are working presently airline domain. Right? They come up with a new requirement. That time, because they didn't mention the requirement, that time we prepare the documentation and everything. We develop a functionality in web application. Because our stakeholder, they don't like our product. They are looking for more. That time we can't say no to that client or not. If we say the no,
See, saying no direct to the client is not at all encourageable. We need to we need to address him with the proper inputs and let him decide whether to go or not to go.
okay.
Okay, that's what we say, that never say no to the client. We mean that we're not going to say yes. Agree? If you are not in the position to say yes, we can't say no, but we need to come up with a proper analysis and put your in. This is the reason. Now you tell me.
We also have to.
For that kind of thing, we have to pull the technical people to be a part of it. I will discuss in the next what are the scenario given. Is going to speak about that. Okay. Now, are you clear with this abstraction? Now, let's go with the Gmail. When you talk about the Gmail, what we do is you give your user ID and you give a password, and then we are going to no, we give a sign in. Once you sign in, you're going to get your Gmail page. Right? Now, what is the possibility of Gmail page? If you are given a wrong credentials, what page you will get an error page. If you give a valid credentials, you'll get your home page. That means this is what we have viewed, right? But what is happening in the back end? Once you click on the sign in, it is going to connect to Gmail server and validate your credentials, and then only it's going to give whether it's an error page or your home page. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Now, is this part, is this whatever is happening in the back end, is visible to the end user?
No.
This technique, what we call as a filtering, this is called the earlier one called filter. This is what we call the hidden. This hidden to the user is called as encapsulation. Got it?
Okay.
Encapsulation means information and complexity hiding technique. One of our friends said the earlier one, what Aditya said is about say it is a filtering. Now this is what a hiding. This is a hiding thing.
Can
All
you
of you
repeat?
clear?
No, can you repeat?
For example, you are entering your email ID and your password, user ID and password, and you sign in. And you're going to get a page that you're enjoying, right? What you're enjoying, if it is success, you're doing your operations, what are the tasks you want. Otherwise, you again read, finding out why it is wrong and all, and then you'll check it out, right? What is happening in the back end? After you give credentials, it reaches the concerned server. In this example, I'm talking about the Gmail. So it's connecting with where? Gmail server. And in the Gmail server, already you have given you have done a sign up. So accordingly, it's going to verify your credentials. And if they are mapping, then it gives you a home page. Otherwise, it gives you an error page. But whatever is happening in the back end is not necessary to showcase to the end user, right? It is hidden to the end user. This hiding concept is called as encapsulation. Are you clear, all of you?
Yes.
Take a snapshot.
Okay, Sridhar, just for curiosity, based question. So once it checks with, for example, I have given my user ID and password, so it is going to check with entire database or certain set of database. Like if it is in India, then only India database.
It is not a question of whether where you are. Whatever you are going to feed when you are going to do a sign up, it will be stored in the tables. I will explain that part also to you. So like that, it's going to map your inputs to the existing table. That's what the database design. And from there only it checks whether you, for example, your user ID is XYZ and you have given password X122A. That is what you stored it when you're giving the signing right. It will check those two only.
Okay.
Got it. Now, have you gone to the shopping cart? I think every one of us are familiar, right? Once you take a shopping cart, For example, we shop the items and we push into the cart and we finalize the cart, and then finally we'll go to a bank transaction and we will give all the bank details, our account details and all. Finally, we'll submit it, then you'll get an OTP. After giving the OTP, you press on the final button, right? What you will get after giving the OTP, what page you are going to get?
Payment success.
No, before that, in between.
Authentication.
It's a redirecting page, like it's an authorization.
Right. So at this stage of time, this is your page, right? Why it's asking to hold on? Because parallelly it opens the merchant page, parallelly it opens the backer's page. Because you have selected a product from the particular vendor and you have given your account bank details, and the transaction is going to happen with these two guys, right?
Yes.
And once the transaction is done, then the banker is going to return you what? The transaction ID. Okay. Here, what we need to understand here is how many clicks we have done?
Only two.
One click. One click.
Yeah.
But how many pages are open?
3.
Many. One click, any action is called as polymorphism. Got it? One click, many actions called as polymorphism. In terms, single instruction, multiple operations. Poly means it's a kind of a many, right? So this is the concept of polymorphism. In this, one more technique is there, we already learned.
ATM?
No. In this example, till now we are learning all implementation part. In this, besides polymorphism, we have one more technique is there. Encapsulation. Is this two are visible to you?
No, it's a hidden screen. Those are
It is
hidden.
hidden, right? But here to make you to understand about polymorphism, I didn't discuss, right? But it is hidden to your end user. But what is the concept we need to understand is about the polymorphism. What is the meaning of polymorphism? One click,
Single instruction.
multiple operations. Take a snapshot. Clear? Next.
It's all better implementation now. Sir.
Simple object-oriented analysis. Now, let's take a inheritance, another implementation part. Inheritance means child class.
Can you show the previous screenshot, please?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Now, inheritance means child class inheriting the properties of a parent class. See, generally we say that I looks like my mother, I looks like my father, right? We mean that what? I'm having similar features of my parents, right? That means I'm the child class and my parent is my father may be a parent class. So I'm not going to be my parent, my father, right? What I'm doing, who I am? I'm having acquired some of the features of my parent. So here, when you're talking about a particular class, a base class have some properties, functions, and so on, right? That means my father is having some features, his height, his appearance, the way he moves and all, right? Those are his properties, functions, and all. And a new class means the one who is a child will be derived from the parent. Parent means is here is base class. Now, how it's going to be? The child class will have access to all the functionality of the base or a parent class. That means I have the features of I can access the features of my parent. This is what is called as inheritance. Inheritance means what? We may be having a base class, means some properties are there. And I can derive some subclasses from that. That means I can use those properties. This is a part of a database design, right? Now take a snapshot of this. And after this, have you taken a snapshot?
One second.
Yes.
One second.
Can you give some simple example for this, if you don't mind?
See, simple example means as an employee, we have three different things, right? Personal profile, academic profile, career profile, right? Whoever asked me this. See,
Yeah.
that means and personal will be one table, okay, and academics will be another one, and another will be a career. But all together completely is going to be an employee, right? So there will be some key mechanism will be there, like primary key, foreign key, and all. So these are the employee database, whatever it is going to be parent class, and from there we derive the employee personal details. There we derive the employee academic information.
Okay.
And there we derive the. Got it? Did I answer your question? Okay. Now,
Yes.
Let us look about the relationships. Here we have having four types of relationships: association, generalization, aggregation, composition. We'll discuss each and every one. Take a snapshot. And the relations are going, yeah.
Sridhar, come to this side. So implementation of orientation approach is completed here.
Yeah, that implemented 4 are over.
Sridhar, if you can go back to the last page.
Again, I will summarize it finally. Okay. I'm just giving the meanings of each and every terminology, right? Now I'll take a snapshot of this. I'll explain each and every one. Done?
Wait, one second.
Now,
Actually, Sridhar, I'm just trying to relate it. After the completion of OA, how does this relationship take them say?
Let me complete. Okay, I'll explain. I'll show the relationships also. Now, you take a relationship, it can happen between two classes or two objects, but not between a class and the object. That you keep it in mind, right? See, one of the association is unary. Unary means what? One way. That means, for example, you have a old database, old server is there in your office, and your office plan to move to the new database, but they want to transfer the data from the old to the new. So what kind of association for the old? We are only retrieving the data, right? Are we storing it back?
Sorry, is that?
This is called as a unary. This is called as a unary. This is one of the association.
Can you repeat? I am not getting it again.
See, one way means, for example, for simple to understand, when you go to the dark room, what you will do?
Put on the light.
You will only just only you're going to do only a switch on, right? You're switching on, you're getting light. Is it a one way?
Yes, it is.
Correct.
Okay, to understand easily. Similarly, this is the technical point I'm saying here. When you're accessing a database, you are want to only the data to be retrieved, but not to be stored back. That association is a one way.
What is like the relationship means implementing OA after that? What is suddenly relationship mean?
The relation between how we are going to connect between two classes or two objects. How you are going to connect between two classes or two objects.
This is the same part for implementing.
Same part in the same part of the implementation means how you are going to connect one particular actor with one particular functionality or another particular actor. Okay, how they are going to be connected.
Okay.
Now, the second one is about the binary. Binary means what? Two. That means by default you need to get it. Once you look the relation one way, the other way also is implemented, right? For example, to understand in simple, John marries to Mary. What is it a binary or one way?
Binary.
If you look at from John perspective, he marries to Mary. If you look at the Mary, he marries to John. Means bi-directional. Whatever it may be, means you are updating it. And similarly, one more relation is between what is a multiplicity.
Sridhar, can you come from unary form?
Unary means one way relation, one way association. That means you are going to retrieve the data only. That means I give one more example. You are going to switch on the reflect only, but you are not. Nothing is going to come back, right?
Yeah.
Binary means what? If you apply that direction, it reflects the other direction also. Means both the way there is a relation. Association will be there. And multiplicity means between you and me, what type of multiplicity it is? One trainer, how many trainers? You all number, right? This is the kind of one to many multiplicity. One to many. See, right now the association between you and me is what? Multiplicity. I am giving her inputs and you are able to view it. But how many are going to view this particular screen? All the people who are in the room, right? This association is a multiplicity. Then you may ask me, what about binary, right? When you are going to share the database between your tribe, if I correct, it will affect you or not. You know that you are going to share your Excel sheet between you and your colleague in a Google Drive, right? If I add, will it reflect you or not?
Yes.
That is called binary. Got it?
Yeah.
Then coming to the fourth type of association is reflexive. Reflexive means what? It affects back. I'll tell a scenario. We suppose you take a remote village which is far away from the city, and there are only 25 houses are there. And near to next 50 kilometers, there is no other villages there. If the bank wants to operate its business, its operations there, will it send the complete setup of all the employees, or will tell only one is enough?
Maybe one is enough.
Only one is enough.
That means that one guy is enough to handle all. So if I send a one person there, then that person will play multiple roles, right?
Yes.
If you just say that who is the manager, I am the manager. If you say who is your cashier, means I am the cashier. So he is going to take more than one role. That is called reflexive. Then self. He is the manager, he is the employee. You take cashier, he is the cashier. Right? That means one in multiple roles. Such things we call it as a reflexive. Got it? And the second.
There is a kind of an example associated in this case. When it comes to a reflexive kind of a model, it's a relationship. Nationalized bank do have a concept of business correspondence, where when there is very less amount of business and it is not possible for the banks to keep any sort of an banking arrangements there, they do send a business correspondence there and establish them where they handle all kind of an activity, not in the quantum of banks, means in some thousands of transactions only, 2,000, 5,000, 7,000. There is kind of a threshold limit associated.
There are what we call the limitations, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So there might be some sort of limitations in this fourth examples in this case.
See, you're going depth into the subject. Just only giving just whatever you said. You look at the way the bank is operating it. So that means one particular role playing multiple, one particular profile playing one particular person playing multiple roles.
So it is like someone having multiple rights.
Yes, Selva.
But to some kind of an extent associated with it.
Correct. Those are the next level, right? Yes, Selva, you have a doubt.
What is the difference between multiplicity and reflexive?
Multiplicity means now you take this particular discussion between you and me. That is a multiplicity association, right? Who is going to, if I stop this presentation, can you guys hear it, look into it, access it? No. That means one. How many are accessing this? N. This is called multiplicity. If something I'm going to apply on my own, it means if any sort of an action is going to be applied to me only, not to any other, it is a reflex. Here. And the second association is what? Relationship is what? Generalization. Already you have seen the generalization where when I'm talking about the class, right? Do you remember that? Amphibian, mammal, reptile are kind of animals.
Yes.
Now, if you take that into the example, let me say that what is a car?
Object.
It's a vehicle.
Vehicle. Bike.
Vehicle.
Bus. If I want to go with these three alag, can I represent as a single thing as a vehicle?
Yes.
Then what do you call this vehicle as? Generalization. That means if you look at the symbol, you need to understand what the symbol. There is an arrow moving from the derived class pointing towards the base class. If anything is represented like this, it is called as generalization. In simple to understand, a menu. What is a menu? You go to a hotel, you'll ask for a menu, right? Yes. Under menu, you have different, maybe a breakfast, lunch, dinner. Breakfast is the kind is available from the restaurant, right? So the restaurant is going to say about this is what. As you said, veg, non-veg. My restaurant is going to be a veg as well as a non-veg. Okay. So that is what is called generalization. A selection. Generalization for someone to understand is what? A selection. Got it? Take a snapshot.
So Sridhar, one point, reflexive, can you come again?
Reflexive means one particular role playing multiple functionalities, multiple impacts. That means if you take a particular entity, that entity can be looked in different ways. But all these channels, the easy will be the goal. Because the individual who is representing the bank. Okay.
Okay, I have a doubt. What is the use of this relationship in this implementing OA?
Why the reason is when you're going to address a functional technical requirement to a functional requirement, means the requirement out of the captured should be addressed in the means of a solution, right? See, for example, whatever I'm picking up from the client is a raw information, right? That raw information, today, what we need to do, we need to look in the means of a solution. When I want to look into the solution, I need to have this association between one to the other. This relationship.
So you mean you are teaching us the UML part?
Yeah, this is what UML part. Before going to UML, I am giving the basics to you. I didn't enter into UML directly.
Okay. Can you please do some real-time example?
Once I go to the structure, I'll be right.
Okay.
So you mean to say while doing the UML, all these
correct.
Generalization.
Yes, all these we're going to use there.
Is it something like
What?
Is it something like client required some solution and he is having different requirements? So we have to segregate those requirements. To different classes.
Just wait for another 15 minutes. We'll address it. We'll understand everything. Okay? Just wait for 15 minutes. Now, have you taken a snapshot of this?
Yes, it's done.
The next one is aggregation. After this, we'll go to UML, right? What is an aggregation means? Let me take an example. Fish is particular duck lives in pond. If suppose pond dies, what is status of duck?
That will be alive.
The duck will look for another water, right? Another pond.
Yeah.
Duck still lives, right? This concept is what we call as aggregation. For example, take your desktop system. It is a computer, right? What are the parts of your computer and desktop computer? You have a monitor, you have a CPU, and you have the keyboard, mouse, all this thing, right? If suppose your monitor was gone, is the computer is gone? You will go for replacing of monitor, and then still you can use it, right?
Yes.
This is what called aggregation. They are loosely coupled. For example, you take a car, take any car, any Uber kind of thing. They have passengers, right? Passengers will come and go. The car is still moving, right? Passengers will come and go. So here, this passenger is dropped somewhere, another passenger will come. Similarly, passenger point of view, he will get on this car and he will take next time in another car, right? This association between passenger and car, where the passengers can come and go. So who is going to vary? Passengers, right? Now this is kind of a concept of aggregation. The relation will now goes in this way. Car is the parent, child will be the passenger. Passengers will come and the association will be in this symbol. So when you represent the symbol in this way, then the way the technical people will understand is, yeah, here it is the aggregation. It means one will go to the other. There is no dependency. There is no dependency, right? One is owning the other. Okay. One is owning the other. If some other moves, the owner will change, right?
Can we call like that class as a subclass?
We don't say the subclass. Here we are looking at the means of a association. Just a subclass only, but we are talking in the means of an association. Okay. Now take a snapshot of this. This is the meaning of an aggregation. For you to understand clearly, you keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Hello?
Yeah, done.
Okay. Next, composition. Then let me take the same example with different fish lives in pond. So if the pond dies, that means fish is contained in the pond, right?
Yeah.
This concept is called composition. Take your laptop. If the motherboard dies,
Laptop will not work.
right? This is what is the motherboard contained in the laptop, right? So this concept is called composition. For example, if every car has an engine, if engine dies, so if you take the engine and car, engine is contained in car, right? The particular association is like this. It's a thicker one. See the earlier one? It's a hollow. Now it is a dark. So this is the difference between composition and aggregation. Clear? Now you take a snapshot of this. And I will summarize these two. Can you take a snapshot?
Can you take the backslide? So I'll take the screenshot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, let me take vehicle, driver, and passenger. Which of these two pairs, between vehicle and driver and vehicle and passenger, which one we take as an aggregation, which one we put it as a composition?
Vehicle driver aggregation.
Driver and vehicle is taken as aggregation.
Aggregation is what? One object is one or the other, right? That means this is one, right? Driver, vehicle is a means of an aggregation. What is composition?
Vehicle and engine.
Vehicle and engine.
Right. That means engine is contained in vehicle. Now, what we need to understand here is to simplify the direction of the relation is a requirement in both composition and aggregation. The way you are looking into the particular requirement, it shows the difference between composition and aggregation. Got it? The direction of the relation means how the relation is going to be pointed out. In a particular requirement is going to be the variation between composition and aggregation. To understand the example, one is contained in the other means it's a composition. One is the one of the other means it's an aggregation. Clear?
Any other simplified meaning for this, sir? Like, basically in the project manner, not like, vehicle driver or vehicle engineer.
See, these are all from the project point of view, right? When I'm addressing a particular application, there is a concept of transportation law, then I have to address in this right only. See, suppose if we start discussing about such things, it's a different route will be deviated. Just want to the meanings.
Can I say the class in this class you are the vehicle and the driver, we are the drivers. Whatever the PPT it is an engine.
Yeah.
You can take the
Yes.
example.
No. You take the internet.
Okay.
No internet.
No class.
No class.
Can this box be shown the other way? Like it is pointing towards vehicle, right? In case of driver and vehicle. So can that box be towards the driver? Or should it be in this direction?
No. That's what I'm saying. How we are going to look into is more important. How you are going to be the direction of the thing. And when I'm talking about that, suppose as I said, it is reverse. Okay, that means vehicle. Here you're talking about driver is the vehicle is the owner of the driver, and you're talking about what? Reverse.
Right. So if that box is the other way around, then it will be driver is the owner of the vehicle. The sentence changes.
See, for example, you take the same thing when you're going to a self-drive. Who is the driver?
Self is me.
You. And who is the owner also? You are the driver, you are the owner. That is a kind of reflexive, right?
Yeah.
So this is all mixing we are going to work out, right? Just try to understand the concepts only. Now we are moving towards the UML. Before moving to the UML, we have taken a snapshot of this.
Yes.
Now, to summarize this, in order to understand the object-oriented programming, we have understood.
Could you please go back to the business?
Yes. Okay. Now, what is abstraction?
Once again, backside.
Yeah. Right. Now, what is an abstraction?
Considering what is required and ignoring what is not required.
Same thing is right.
That is unnecessary data.
And what about encapsulation? What is polymorphism?
Many multiple operations.
And what is inheritance? Now we have learned 4 major things in functionality. Implementation part. Abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance. The whole object programming is going to run on this 4. So we call this as a 4 pillars of object-oriented programming. This technical people who are going to implement this solution, they are going to look into these 4 major points. Rest all will come into the picture. What is more important? One is hiding technique, other one is filtering, other one is multiple actions, another one is about the extracting the one feature to the other. Right. So these 4 we call as a
one question. So this abstraction and encapsulation, these two are doing the similar thing. Abstraction is also hiding the.
Abstraction is not hiding.
It is showing the what is.
It is filtering. What is required is going to be considered. What is not required is going to be ignored. But encapsulation, this is performing everything but not showcasing you, right? You understand that?
Just one request, just for sake of keeping in mind, can you give line-liner definition for all the four terminology, like for extraction?
That's what I'm saying. This is filtering technique. This is hiding technique. This is filtering. This is hiding.
Okay.
What is hiding? It's not going to showcase. What is just only giving you what is required. That's whole thing. But here you are filtered. You are not getting those things out, right? You are filtering that. And polymorphism means what? One like many actions. Because you are giving single instruction, but it is going to be applied different or more than once. For example, take for example, you want to understand when you are very much scared about one person. Say for example, take Hitler. You know, everyone is aware of Hitler, right? No one else gets to answer side, right? Suppose in that particular Hitler, there is a room he is sitting on side. One person standing near the window, it is open. One person standing near the main door, it is open. Another person sitting for his laptop is open. Laptop is not the best example. You can say close. What happened? Everyone will close their door, their particular activity, right? So how many instructions were given there? One. But the guy who is standing near the door, he feels like yes, close it. There is one instruction and multiple actions. Understand it. Very clear? Now, with this basic funda, whatever I just narrated to you, why I taken this much of time to understand
It takes a snapshot of the last.
Yeah. Why I taken this much of time to understand you is basing on.
Could you please go to the previous slide just to take a snapshot?
I didn't get you. Inheritance means you are extracting the features of the parent in the child. I gave an example about the employee database, right? So in an employee database, you have all, right? Your academic, your career, and your personal. But when I want personal information to be displayed, I go with only personal. Personal database is inherited from the employee database. Okay. Like that. Very clear. Now we'll look at about the how we are going to now assess UML diagram. Means we are trying now. We are going to learn about modeling. When you're talking about this UML diagram, a UML is meant for what? Language of diagrams. Means we are going to use this to approach this object orientation program, object design. Total there are around 9 diagrams out there. UML. Of these, 5 are static and 4 are dynamic. What are the static diagrams means? Use case, class, component, package, and deployment. Dynamic diagrams are sequence, activity, chart, collaboration. Here, for all these 9 diagrams, as a PA, we are going to be responsible for use case and activity only. We are going to only learn about the use case and activity. Use case meant for what? To identify a requirement. Activity is meant for what? To just represent the flow. So these two we should be familiar. These two we should be familiar. Rest of the diagrams are going to be used by the technical people or their documentation part. And also, we need to give an awareness on the sequence diagram also. But we are not going to be draw the sequence diagram. But still, we are going to use the sequence diagram. Why the reason is, We need to know after we capture the requirements and we get the requirements, how they're going to address the solution. Am I right? If we have that knowledge, how they're going to communicate, then it will be useful for us when capturing the requirements. Do you understand this terminology, what I use right now? If I am able to know that what is happening in the later stage, then I can give it better insight, right?
Yeah.
For that reason, we are giving you the sequence knowledge also. But as a DJ, we are not going to be that. We are not going to be part of that. But it take a snapshot. We go one by one. How should take a snapshot? Fine. Shall I move?
So, one small thing. Sorry, for use case, I said identity. For activity, what was the word?
It's a process flow.
Okay.
Okay. And now, let's talk about the use case diagram. Use case diagram are going to describe the functionality of a system. What is the functionality means? Suppose I'm using a mouse here. If I click one click, I'm going to get what? Some text is going to be displayed, right? This is what is functional. This means when I'm operating something and operating something is going to happen, whatever I'm expected. When I click, then it's going to say about something else. What is that? This use case diagram is going to address that particular functionality in a high level. It is in a high level. And what we are going to outcome achieve from that is we are identifying a requirement. Okay, this is the source requirement. And this is going to be presented from an actor point of view. From the actor point of view. Okay. So this is what the use case diagram is speaking about. It describes the functionality of the system and represent it in the high level. And we're going to do for what purpose we're doing this, we are able to identify the requirement. And that too, how we are going to address this at point of view. So here, how we are going to, I'll come back again. Let me clear this part, right? It is going to be represented in using four different symbols. One symbol is one of the element is called an actor. Other one is about a system. Other one is about a use case. And final one is about how the solution is going to be between the actor and the use case. So the total use case diagram is going to be between these four elements only. Okay. Let me finish this and I'll come back for each area. Now I'm going to address each and everything. And you can take a snapshot on the last. Now let us talk about that. Who is that? The one that performs an action. One who can you go to the next slide? Regarding? Have a snapshot. No, I will come back again. I will show you that. Let me finish the flow, right? Yeah. So you will not get disconnected. Who is this actor means? An actor can be a person or a system. A person or a system. Person means what? Living being like us. System means what? Non-living being like your server. Okay. So an actor could be a living or non-living being, which is going to get benefit from, or and is going to be used externally. I'll explain that also. And this actor will be represented by a name. If I am the actor, then write my name. I can represent my name and label my name as Raina. For you, Raini. That means every actor will be represented by its customer, employee, passenger, like this. And these actors are going to be placed outside the system boundary. That I'll explain later. I'll show you. Just keep it in mind. You might what do you mean that? First two points are important. And now, these actors are of two types. One is the primary actor. Another one is the secondary actor. Who is the primary actor and who is the secondary actor? That means this actor is going to interact with the system. The one who is initiating the system, the action is called as a primary actor. The one who is going to be part of the particular process is called as a secondary actor. Now here, you are a kind of an actor. I am a kind of an actor. Now, between you and me, who is initiating this act, this particular functionality? You. So I will be a primary. And you will be the so this you need to understand. What you need to understand here is you need to understand the context. Here the context is the variable of the lecture, right? In this concept, I am going to be the primary, or you are going to be the second. For example, you have a doubt, and you have some explanation with you. What I will say, I will give you as a force price. And then you become what? Primary. And I will become the secondary. So what you need to keep in mind is, whenever you are addressing is primary or secondary, look in the means of the context. Got it? In the means of the context. So the example here, say an employee, in general, employee is right, for instance, and all, and a customer, and who will be a secondary actor? Generally, the non-living beings will be a secondary, like the server. Yeah, I just said that is part of server. So these are all the secondary actors. Do you understand the meaning of primary and secondary? Similarly, let me take you what I'm talking about the system. The system is what we call the boundary of the particular application. Mean what you mean that is, it is like this. For example, you are working in an organization and you are going to the day when you start the day one morning, you will log in, right? It is a server. And if you are a banker, you have some modules there in your particular application, right? Are you going to use all the modules? You will use your module, right? But the whole modules, maybe the cashier module, maybe the manager module, whatever it may be, all the whole module is called as a system down. Means all the functionalities of the particular application is called as a scope of the particular system. So all those are going to represent within this rectangle. This is called as a system one. And now, what about this use case? Use case is what we call the major piece of the system functionality. Major piece of the system functionality. This is how the symbolically it is represented. For example, that they take login. Is it login? What do you mean login? You have to give user ID. You have to give a password. Assignment. If wrong, forget password. Like. But all these are not going to be mentioned. We are saying it as a login. Okay. Bye. So this is what is the major piece of the function. Similarly, registration. Is it registration is one word? No. There is a name, passport. There are some websites will ask 5 to 6 parameters. Some will be asked parameters. Some depending upon the individual requirement, right? But what we are saying here, it is registration. So it is going to be labeled with the descriptive above noun phase. That gives a relevant meaning for the particular function. Now, if you take these as a thing, these are going to be placed inside the system. How is take login and registration. Now it will be part of the system, and the system is called as sign up. You understand? So that is the scope of this particular system is what? Login, registration. Clear? And this use case can include another use case, can extend another use case, but this is a case. So these two can use it, depending for you, right?
Can you elaborate on the boundaries thing?
Any example of boundaries?
Signing are going to be a system boundary.
This is an example of system boundary.
Yeah. Why? Because this system boundary is having only two functionalities. What are the two functionalities? One is login and access. That means the scope is what only these two. So like use cases. Each is a use case, right? Like this, how many functions are there? All come under one cluster application here. Sign in is what the system is. In that, how many functions are there? Two. Login is one functionality. Registration is one function. Got it?
Functionality is one use case.
Use case. And how the relationship now going to be between these actor and the use case? That means here you take an actor. You know what is an actor? Living or non-living. And this guy can do login. And this login will be verified by the server. Right? And this guy can do registration. And he's going, data will be stored in the same thing. The way it is going, this guy is going to share the login. And is going to authenticate by this actor. And he is going to share the registration. And is going to authenticate the actor. This is what the system, whatever the example we have taken. And this guy is acting is called as a primary actor, which is going to act accordingly is called as a secondary actor. And this whole is somebody, for example, says signing up, right? So this is called as a system. And this is called as a use case, and this is called as a association, and this is called primary actor, this is called as a secondary actor. Got it?
This example, what secondary actor is going? Not
See, when I say something you're learning or not, when you're learning to me, only when I ask something, right? The secondary actor is going to be act basing on the primary actor, right? Primary actor initiate, I am initiating and you are responding. So I will be a primary actor with this secondary actor. Got it? So now what you are going to do here is how this is going to happen. Are you coming in?
Can you take one example, like in a normal system example?
You just take your example of you are going to register login your attendance. Okay. So you are the one who is going to give your credentials, right?
Yeah.
Or you may be tapping your ID card or whatever it may be. That means who is initiating that?
Me.
You. And once you give your report and your validity is become by your company side, right? Server. So here you will be acting like your primary actor as per the attendance is concerned, right? And your server company service data क्या secondary. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now understand all these four elements.
Yeah.
Now what we do is with this here this and take a snapshot.
Okay. So I have a small doubt, sir.
Meanwhile, this take a snapshot. Yes, you can carry on.
So in the last one, when we log in, the primary actor, when he enters the password, and the system server will be the secondary actor, right? So suppose there is some issue or something is there, then the server will be initiating. Then we can call it as primary and the
That's what I'm saying. You have to give the context. You have to give the context. Now you're addressing a different context. Definitely role will change, right?
Yeah. Can you tell me the boundaries part?
Yeah, wait. Okay. See, now this is take a snapshot.
Yes. Yeah.
Hold on.
So can you take a previous slide?
Okay. Take.
Just one second.
Done.
Yeah, done.
See here, boundary means what? See what is the, for example, if someone asks them how many people are staying in the home, you tell me and my parents and my sister. What is the scope of your family? You four. Okay. But each one will be having their own access, right? So system boundary means how many functionaries are going to be part of the particular system is called as system boundary. Got it?
So you mean to say in any program there will be many systems as such.
Many functionalities. You take your working one.
I'm looking at the bank.
In your bank, how many departments are there?
Many.
No. Name some main four departments. Sales.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what?
Marketing.
And then
operations.
And then that means all these are going to be part of your bank, right? That means these are the scope of your bank operations, right? Marketing is having their own. You're saying marketing. It is a major piece of the functionality, right?
Okay.
But there is depth inside again. Take sales. Is having its own depth, right? But how many departments are you're able to say each is a all the scope of the particular your system. What is the system? Your bank. Understand? Connected.
Yeah.
Okay. Now take this level of this. And here one more point here you guys need to understand is to which side of the system directory is left. Second directory will be the right hand. So this here you have to keep this in mind completely. All the primary access will be on left side of the system. And all these second directory will be the right side of the system. Right?
Sorry to interrupt.
What happened?
Yeah, actually, I was disconnected for a moment. So could you please explain the summarize slide one?
This one.
Yes.
That's what I'm clear here. See, the system is the one the boundary. Means the total scope of your particular system will be the boundary. Where all the functionalities in the particular system will be inside the suffice case. And all the access you are going to work involved is especially this particular functionalities are in the outside. Who are all initiated will be in the primary access or in the left side of the system. Who are all the activities are going to be part of the process or in the right side of the system. They are called as second access and the column right there. And this is how the system is going to be. Right, take a snapshot of this. See, we are taking.
I got disconnected. I'm on the previous slide also.
I will give you a session. That's the waiting, right? I will not close until I am satisfied, right? Okay, just note the slide number. Okay. Now, relationships. Here I am talking about two things. You can down here. One can include one another use case can another use case. Okay. Include another use case, include another use case. That's what I'm going to discuss now, which is a kind of relationships. And include relationship. Just all of you move, just study this line. Let whatever is the rights you want to take different, I'll give you the last. Okay. Just right. This click your camera. This is the other side. I don't know who is there. They have to get all 100 people. Right, like you. Now here, to understand this simple relationship, first don't read the lines. You all are aware of this branding relationship, product definition, the airports and all, right? Is it self-operated or someone is going to be there? Self-operated, right? That means, as a customer, if I want to buy a product, I'm going to insert some money, right? Whatever the money is already buy product, the product value is going to be defined by the supply, right? It has a cost. If suppose the product cost is 18 rupees, if I insert 10 rupees, will it give you the product? No. So when it gives you the product, when you insert 18 more, right? That means you are integrating the main functionality, base functionality that is the product. But the base order generally is invoking another functionality called verify the order value, right? Yes, understand? This verify the order value is going to be called internally, right? Who is calling that internally? Base order. Okay. This is what we call as include relationship. And the symbol is on the base here. No. Base order. And it is calling the derived one. Means used one. So the relation between from the base towards the use and it is named as loop. So when the relation showing like this means when they want to write in the code, once the input is given by the actor with the customer, then this functionality will must verify that. The guy who inserts the value, which is at the base, is it greater than or equal to the value is already defined inside. Okay. If 10 is not greater than or equal to the 18, will it see this order? No. This is called as include relationship. Got it? This is called as an include relationship.
This is just for knowledge check, but for example, in this automatic machine, okay. So when we are inputting the money, and whether it is point or node, there is a currency identity, correct?
See, this again, we are going to the case. Don't go there. First, try to understand the concepts. Whatever you are saying is everything is not part of programming. Say your design and all, right? Here, my intention is to be clear to understand what is the meaning of an include. Okay, let's talk about that part.
Can you repeat this? Relationships.
The relationship is include. When we are going to access the buy order, means when the machine is going to be acting on its own. Once the customer is an external actor, is things are value, means that whatever it may be, as I said, maybe coin or something like that. It is not going to verify what the inserted into value is as per the defined value or not. So for that, this price order is calling the price order value functionality within it. So to assess that level of functionality, there is a relationship called include. This will address the reader, which means the reader here, the technical person. And they will say, how means, okay, to access the functionality internally, it has to be like this. Got it? This is the one which is used, and this is the one that is base. What is base? Where the integration is initiated. Okay, got it. Now take a snapshot of this. We'll go to the next example, next relation. I'll tell you. First take this as a snapshot. Okay. Now the next one I can connect by. Let's take the other one, extend. We mean the same example. And when the customer is inserting the value, money. For example, the product cost is as I said. First we will verify what is the insert value is in or no, right?
Yeah.
That is going to solve which functionality? Very first order. The relationship system will be included. After inserting, after the values, for example, he inserted 20 rupees. Now he is just going to give the soda along with soda. What has to give? Balance. If suppose he inserted start 18 rupees. Start 18 rupees. Only soda. Is it return change point? No. So return change is an optional, right? Yeah. So that here we are going to show in the next then from being used towards the base. Got it? That means this is definitely calling the mandatory kind of thing. But this is an optional. Because when you go to for example, take a ATM, are you only going to take the receipt? No. On request, right? Yeah. So that interest receipt is an optional here. No, there is an extension. Extension. It's called the extension. All got it. The system. Okay. Take a snapshot of this. And next. Here, is it just soda is only one flavor? Now, if I want to adjust the soda with different flavors, and then the customer can select any one of his taste, then the Wi-Fi soda can be given as maybe there are flavors. So I may select Sprite, you may select Coke, someone may select Fanta, right? Because these are flavors. I may go any one of them, right? Is there a selection?
Yes.
This selection is a generalization. Got it? Yeah. That means Coke is a kind of soda, Sprite is a kind of soda, and Fanta is a kind of soda. When you represent legislation, we are not going to name anything. If you check this thing, we are representing to an extent. But for selection, we don't use it. Yes. Even when there is a tool also, they will include mention for extent, but not for generalization. Okay, this is the difference between these arrows. Understood?
So they will write what is important and what is instant.
Yeah, for input extent, right. Then tool also will have that. Generalization. That means we use a selection. Coming again. What is the meaning of this? This one. What is the requirement? Represent sexualized case to more generalized. Yeah, the arrow is drawn to specialized use case or yes use case. Or specialized use case we are more generalized one. Is all these are kind of process or not? Yes. That means this is generalized, right? Yes. And why we say specialized? The reason is talk about the Coke, and Fanta. Yeah. Are there only flavors for soda? There is right. Many. That's the specialized use. Okay. Because if I use some other drink, maybe alcohol, it cannot be soda, right? Yes. But here you are talking about only a particular thing. So that's why it's specialized. When people call it specialized means there are a number of varieties are there. And if you are talking about one particular thing, then we call it a specialized one. Got it? Single line is enough. Yeah. And we'll just say investigate going to share what are the case study now only. Then you can understand it, right? Okay. Now take the example. These arrows and lines are basically the standard shape I did. Yes, that's so good. Because all these we define only for you using it. We need what we need to know is we need to know the meaning of what is classification, what is include, what is extent. Whatever the meaning you use this sentence just enough. Got my point? You have to understand the meaning of those things. And later on, what are the symbols they give you? Because they will tell that this symbol for generalization, this symbol for this one. You have to use it. That's it. Okay. Now, take this example. In this case, is a primary act. This is the second act. Why it is primary? Why it is secondary?
Management on the left side, so it's primary. Patient on the right side is the secondary.
Is it so? Can you explain? Justify that?
I think
My question is, who is the primary, who is the secondary? You answer it. But I am asking just hold on. Just hold on. Why is primary? Why is it secondary? That is my question. Yeah, one second. Sorry for one. What is your answer?
The doctor will be primary. Management and the patient is
You are seeing one of my inputs. What is the context here? System. Okay. Can a patient can take an appointment of the deadline of the management of availability? No. Right. That means unless the management is find the timing, the doctor is given availability, then only the patient can access the appointment, right? Yes, sir. So context of what? Appointment. Patient appointment system only. But patient can take the appointment only when these guys say, right? Yes, sir.
Sir, at the time of taking an appointment, this kind of information is already available to him.
But the reason I'm saying that already available is if you take easy access, then why patient is taken away? Because unless and these all are very that can't take an appointment, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. That context. Got it.
Okay.
So you management and doctor are primary. Yeah. Both. The reason is take an example of this. And I'll just expand this. I'll expand the same diagram for more understanding. Let us take this. Look at here. Same timeline we can carry on. Here, let's look at this management of doctor. The management guy is going to introduce the information. And this doctor has asked what is available, right? Both of them going to be accesses one particular functionality called management tool. That means if he wants to get the availability of the timing, he has to call this include. And if this guy wants to use this programming, this has to be called in. So this is how these two guys are going to be a primary.
It's a mandatory requirement.
Yes. Because both the other function should right.
Yes, sir.
And now coming to the patient point of view, when I'm talking about the patient, he could be a new, he could be a old. When there is a difference between new patient and access and old patient, right? Both are going to take an appointment only. For example, if I am a old patient and I am asked to come 5 appointments and I am charged around 20,000 treatment, and I will be asking him, no, I need the three appointments. What they will do? The next day, first visit they take 5,000. Next visit they take how much you going to pay, right? So when I am going to set the make appointment, there is a quantity will be noticed that make arrangements. Suppose you take some person, he paid all the almost first itself. Is it required for him to pay any arrangements?
No.
That means we make arrangements to be optional. Like extended, right? So somehow if they take patient, there's no arrangements because this is being the first time, right? He can take an appointment. Now, here I'm talking about a kind of patient, old or new. So what type of generalization is this? Is there a generalization here?
Specification.
This is not which patient right?
Generalization.
This is what as generalization. Got it? And similarly, making appointment of ways. New patient appointment, what patient appointment? Ultimately, it is an appointment. So what is called as?
Specialization appointment.
No. When they call it as an active generalization, what do you call it as? Use case generalization.
Use generalization.
What it is? So here they address all the relationships, include extent, generalization. Okay. How we are
Obviously, when you are using this, you can fill in, include and extend and definition.
The meaning of include is the use case will be called primarily the base use case. Got it? When I am going to I want to enter my hospital, where I have to enter the schedule. If I want to, doctor wants to give available to the area schedule. That means both are right. Similarly, when I want to go for a medical card, not any old patient is supposed to take that right. Some may be completely responsible, they may only take a second visit. Some may take care in some governments. But every visit they have to get their sales on some right? So their responsibility will be national. If they take care, already patient is enrolled. Is it expected to update some information? But if it's a new guy, right. So that is optional right? But this is for understanding about the relationship. Now take a step back. Now do a small exercise, right? Okay. Now let's see what are the learn. Is the understanding. Now we'll try to draw a this diagram from this Let us draw this diagram from our case study. Yes.
Sorry, you said that primary and secondary can change depending on the context. In that case, the use diagram will also change.
Yeah, meaning will be changed. Now, here, before I want to take this particular study, many answers are there. All of you make yourself and learn. Same time, all the persons, very much relevant this particular study take forward. Okay. The reason is, in order to make you understand how the diagram, we try to go with the own example. So when I'm going to talk about the own example, since we are already having enough knowledge, we may be moving on to the inputs. So for that case, this is not the only the input whatever I am going to share you, and I make yourself learn and come be in a learning mode. Understand my first. Okay. Just pick on the only the points. Like for example, these are all the inputs which I captured to make my client. I'm going to work on a ATM application. In my particular input, whatever I captured, only these are the things that I captured. Now I'm going to all the years that data only with these inputs. Are you clear, all of you? Don't think beyond this. Don't think beyond this. Because everyone knows this particular are very aware of this ATM, right? So now let's understand this. So once we have captured the inputs from the line, again we have to give a chance to take some snapshots. First, how to draw the user diagram is, in the given inputs, you have to find out which is information, which is not an information, which is an action. What is information? What is an action? Means we need to differentiate information against actions. Then we have doubt what do you mean by information? Any systems like laptops, desktops, stations, or architectures database like we do server and all, networks and like technology. If all these are going to be one of these are becoming your inputs, you don't need to consider from drawing that diagram. Okay. Information are all any one of these, which they are expecting in given inputs. They are only to understand, but not to implement functionality. Okay, that's the first step you need to. And after identifying the information in the actions, you write down all the sequence of actions some order. In some order. And try to find out which action is performing the action. And try to identify which of the use cases are supporting use case. Essentially what? Base. Supporting use was derived. And try to identify certain modules with respect to functionality. If you say that you mean that all these are under one module, you take it as one. And that's the relationships between the actions and use case. This is what we do from this part. This is what we do from this part. Yeah. Yes.
Not this one which you are right now.
This one.
Come to the first point. Come again, what is
that means what is the second point here? Differentiated information that. Now we are going to define what is information. Any one of these. Any one of these is going to be part of your this particular reports. You know to consider for drawing the diagram. What is Okay. Now let us take this inputs. This is the inputs. What is the first step? Differentiated information that. Now in this particular part, if you get customer should be able to log cash using card with the bank is 1 point. After the card is related to slot, 4-digit pin should be entered. The pin is correct, then you will allow your transaction. 3 times you enter pin right the card. The second or fourth can be again one particular module, right? Because all are respect to what? Right. That means we did it. We are just taking the one particular functionality on one module, right? And the other one is what? This module is enhancing information.